Can somebody please explain to me how come this Joe Biden story isn't all over the mainstream media? Can somebody please explain to me how people in the mainstream media aren't asking the simplest of questions? Their first go to is, oh, we're victims of a Russian disinformation campaign. Really? I mean, after all that we put Trump through, after all that you people in the media put President Trump and our country through in the past 3.5 years, we had investigations, we had special prosecutors. You spied on his campaign. Well, that wasn't the mainstream media, that was the Obama administration. His campaign was spied on before he was elected. He had special prosecutors and investigations throughout the first few years of his presidency. He was impeached over a damn phone call. And here we have in black and white Joe Biden profiting by using his political influence. Now, Joe Biden isn't lying when he gets up on the debate stage and says, I never took a penny from another country. Because he didn't. He used his son. He used his family as intermediaries. Kind of like the Clinton Foundation, if you want to know the truth. And you know what? Biden's probably not the only one. That's the thing that kills me. These people in the mainstream media and their hatred of President Trump are allowing them to turn a blind eye to probably one of the biggest political scandals of our generation. This is a guy that's caught dead to rights, selling Americans and his political influence down the river to profit. And why is nothing being said? That's what kills me. It's Russia disinformation. Well, why would Hunter Biden's attorney call up the computer repair shop and want the Russian disinformation back? Answer me that. Riddle me that, Batman. Why would he want Russian disinformation if that's truly what it was? See, you don't have an answer for that. But if it was Trump, oh, sources close to the president say this, sources close to the president say that. You know, you've been talking about Trump's taxes for I couldn't tell you how long. But have you ever presented any of his tax documents saying what he spent on taxes? No, it's always sources say. But nothing hard, nothing in black and white, just like these emails. These emails are hard copies. These emails are in black and white. And it's evidence that's incontrovertible. There's no disputing it. You have a guy who worked with the Bidens, who worked with Hunter, who has corroborated it all. And what's the first question he gets asked after telling his story? Who paid for you to be here? Who paid for you to be here? Who cares? As long as he's telling the truth and he has the information to back it up, what does it matter? Isn't that how our court system works? Don't district attorneys all over this country get jilted lovers, disgruntled employees, people that have had falling outs with friends, anybody they can in order to gather information against the person who they're trying to go after? But in this case, nobody wants to go after Joe. Why is that? Maybe is it because he's the media's preferred candidate? I thought the media was supposed to be fair and balanced. I thought the media was supposed to be unbiased. The truth of the matter is, we don't need the media anymore. We don't need you. As long as the social media companies don't censor information, we can find it on our own. And that's why you can't help yourself but try to manipulate people. You talk about Russian disinformation. That's all that the people on CNN, MSNBC, all these places last night after the debate. Well, this is Russia. This is unverified Russian disinformation. It's verified. It's verified. The attorney wanted it back. The guy that was in business with him, who was on the emails, spelled it out for everybody. I mean, it's cut and dry. Wow. You know, if this was Donald Trump, if Don Jr. had given an email to somebody and they found this stuff on it, could you imagine the headlines? Could you imagine what's being said? And let me tell you, this really chaps my ass, because if the people If the people in this country who write and who pass the laws do not have to obey the laws, then why does anybody else have to? Because let me tell you, if that was my laptop or one of anybody that may be watching this video's laptop, how long do you think it would take before the FBI showed up at your door? How long do you think it would take before the local police come to put you in handcuffs? This can't stand. This is not our country. And this guy's, it may be president, and you're still not calling him out on it. I mean, it's the biggest cover-up scam that we've ever seen. You want to talk about Donald Trump's account in China? Donald Trump was a global businessman. He ran a multinational global company. He made his money prior to government. You have these people in government who never struck a lick at anything. They've been in politics 30, 40, 50 years. People like Bernie Sanders, people like Joe Biden. And I'm not even talking Democrats. There's Republicans too. That's the difference. People with right-leaning sentiments, they call out everybody. We're not going to protect people when they break the law. We're not going to protect people when they sell the American people down the river. I hear all this talk about how this needs to change and that needs to change. D.C. needs to change. The swamp needs to change. We can't continue to allow our elected officials to treat taxpayer money like a piggy bank, to throw their influence around the world to pad their own pockets. They vote themselves raises while raising our taxes. They work while they tell everybody else, you can't work because of COVID, because of coronavirus. You have to stay home. But I guarantee they didn't miss a paycheck. I guarantee their bills are covered. They have a slush fund that pays people who bring sexual harassment complaints against people in Congress. And it has been used several times, and American people don't have access to who's used it and how much it was paid. That's taxpayer money. Something's got to give, and the American people deserve better. Mainstream media, you're complicit. What's worse than the crimes, what's worse than the corruption is the people that cover it up and allow it to go on, acting like they're the arbiters of truth. Well, listen, Scooter, you're not. You're not the arbiter of truth. If you can't simply pressure a person or question a person who is running for the highest office in the land, if not in the world, about his corruption or his ties to corruption, or what he knows about the corruption, then what the hell good are you? What are you good for? We don't need you. What we need is we need big tech, we need social media companies to stop censoring people. That's what we need. We can get the information on our own. We don't need your spin, but we need you to do your job. We need you to just give us the facts. We don't want any of your opinion. We want the facts. I don't need to know how to interpret the facts. I just need the facts. 3 years of the Russia probe. 3 years. Trump being impeached over a phone call, and you don't even have the balls to ask Biden about this? Lord have mercy. If you like what I talk about, share it. People need to know this. People need to know that this isn't Russian disinformation. This is incontrovertible evidence in black and white. This is not Russian disinformation. Share it. Investigate it. Look it up. Find the information for yourself. Do your own legwork. Don't listen to me. I'm just a guy on the internet. Look it up for yourself. And if you do, you'll see that I'm true. And the Republicans too. Look up the junk on the Republicans. And if there's any of them doing dirt, let's get them out too. There needs to be trials over this. There definitely needs to be hearings over this. People should go to jail. This is nothing short of treason, if you ask me. They have robbed taxpayers. Our social programs are broke. People are broke. They talk about all these regulations and raising minimum wage. You wouldn't have to raise the minimum wage if we could cut our taxes from you stupid sons of bitches robbing them every time we turn around. Using your influence all over the country, not to better America, but to better yourself. You need to be ashamed of yourself for that shit, calling yourself a damn public official and doing that bullshit. Damn, you people make me sick. Like I said, if you like it, share it, hit the bell, follow the socials, subscribe, all that stuff. You guys have a great day. I'm going to go take a drink and take a blood pressure pill. Have a good one.